the series.
I gotta get this.
Listen. I'm an all-time lover of Togashi, Yu Yu Hakusho, all that shit, right?
Okay.
Yusuke is probably my favorite protagonist, if not top 3 all time, right? However, the power scaling for the series, especially once you get to the Dark Tournament arc, it starts to get a little bit like wow, a little bit. It starts to get a little bit wild, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that like he was done with the series in a way. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it out there. The whole idea of territories is a blatant. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's plagiarism, but he saw JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. He saw what was happening over there with stands and shit like that, and said, "I fuck with it." And he said, "Let me just throw it in there real quick, last minute." And I kind of wish they stuck around with it more because it would have made it more relevant at the end. It just would have been interesting to see how that ended up becoming like more relevant as a series went on. But fuck it, is what it is. Moved on. But just the leaps of power at the end of the series started to become.
What wasn't it?
It started to get a little bit egregious. We started to get the S-class demons because Toguro was supposed to be like the strongest demon on the planet, like on Earth. That was it. And we know the demon world exists as separate. We know that. I accept that. It's cool. But the way they built up Toguro, that was supposed to be endgame threat. I don't care what nobody says. That was supposed to be endgame right there. But he was forced to continue the series, and thus he had to create Sensu and all the demon world shit, right? Which is good. I actually really do like that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I love the whole. I do like that arc. But regardless, he didn't want to do that shit. And after that, the power scaling, he was only a B class. Toguro was a B class demon. That's
kind of crazy.
He was a B class demon.
Well, isn't it like when he was at full power, he becomes like an A?
They said full power, he was bordering on A class demon. And then it comes out that Kurama and Hiei, if they were at full power, if they had been able to be at full power the whole time, they would have been A class demons easy. So not only would Kurama and Hiei would have outclassed Toguro just outright, they just outright outclassed him by the time the Sensu.
Kurama makes sense. Kurama, they kind of hinted at that from the jump. Like,
kind of, but it just, I don't know.
He was D Rose from the jump. Like, if it
was
out for the season.
He was definitely
for that me.
He was definitely looking shaky or at least scary up front. But he ain't gonna tell me the Jagan Eye nerfed him by fucking 4.
He was getting ready. He was putting numbers.
Get the fuck out of here! Listen. Those are my niggas. Team Urameshi, listen. Those are my niggas, but I'm gonna be real with you, bro. And the series power scaling, it's not his. He didn't want to do it no more. And it is what it is. He was tired, and he somehow still managed to make the series end in a meaningful way and have all this shit still play out and still make sense, even though it wasn't exactly 1-to-1 with the way the series had kind of fleshed out previously. Like the Dark Tournament arc was fleshed out. It's a great ending. It's a great ending right there. It's right there. Genkei's supposed to be dead, but I can leave it alone. This supposed to be the end right there. It's right there. The ending is right there. That should have been it.
He brought it back when he didn't have to. I think as far as egregious power scaling goes, if we're gonna say anyone, I think Naruto.
Okay, I was
Endgame Naruto was terrible. Endgame
Naruto. I think
Endgame
Naruto really made things confusing for me personally. I get it, but like it didn't really. I didn't think it would be enough to take out pain like that simply. Like it, and then like what is Sage Mode in contrast to the Rinnegan? Like
it's. I
don't know.
I wish they had just went.
It's just
more
like depends
into
who has it.
They should have went more into tactics. They should have went more into tactics. That's where they failed it.
Yeah.
They wanted a Super Saiyan power up is what happened.
So bad.
Sage Mode was supposed to be a Super Saiyan power up, and it shouldn't have happened. They should have went more into like a ninja. They should have figured some ninja shit out. Get stronger in a way that's like ninja shit. But
Naruto, the leaf should have never came out of that pain assault on top. They came out in better than they left.
Agreed.
Right? Like they got one of their top enemies out. And
free real estate.
It's now you can move a little differently now. Like I took away a nuke, so I'm good, right? But they should have lost. Kakashi should have been dead.
Yeah,
Leaf should have been wiped. Naruto should have been Sage Mode, and that should have been just enough.
The internet was not ready for Kakashi to die.
So I think they should have killed Tsunade there. That Tsunade should have died there. Wiped out the Sannin right there. The 5th Hokage went out defending the village, and then that should have been Kakashi. Kakashi steps up, 6th Hokage.
But then what would they do? Well, you know what? It doesn't make a difference because once Madara shows up, he kind of just.
It's clap. He ran through them. He found all them niggas. Like it wasn't even like it was like.
It wasn't close. It wasn't close at all. There's a big diff there.
He ran through them niggas like the common cold in the kindergarten classroom, bro. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he cooked them. And I just think that whole power scaling towards the end, it just ramped up something. First, the Kages meant something. Oh, look at Sasuke fighting on equal terms with the Raikage. Who could have really won? You know, that little back and forth. Then it became, Sasuke tried to fight all 5 Kages. He was in over his head because
100%.
two of them was ready to smoke him. Like
2 of them was actually gonna kill him. Like he was actually for sure
right.
Gonna die.
He was pretty much packed. Right then.
It was really all fun and games until that particle beam came out, and then
fuck the particle beam. The fucking 4th Raikage was gonna take his neck off. Like I'm sure the Amaterasu definitely affected, took his arm, but his other arm was looking fine.
If it wasn't for Karen, he'd be in a stretcher.
That nigga was going to die. He was gonna die.
Yeah.
There's several times.
And then the samurai being, they're strong enough to keep them, keep all the Kage under control.
And do nothing relevant outside of Mifune.
No, they really couldn't.
The whole thing was they could put chakra on their swords and cut anything. Like
they just
I could shoot fireballs, bro. What do you mean? Like what is that?
This lady literally spits acid and lava. Why do I care about that?
Why do I not
chakra around your sword?
I could create a cube that just atomizes anything inside of it.
Why
do I care about a sharp sword, bro? Like
they ran from the bag. That's what it is. They ran from the bag. They did because to
quickly
me,
as possible.
The best part to me about Naruto, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The best part about Naruto, in my opinion, wasn't just the tactics. Even though I feel like that's got to be 1A, 1B to what I'm about to say. It was the bag these niggas has. Like I feel like every ninja for the most part. Jiraiya, why is Jiraiya the quintessential fucking ninja? His bag was deep. Niggas pulling out summonings. He's got scrolls on scrolls. My nigga, he's doing different jutsus. He's tricking niggas. He's got sage mode. He was the full package ninja. And I feel like they leaned away from like what made a ninja a full package ninja.
Nah, the best ninjas, if you really think about it, were ninjas with a deep bag.
Like, a deep bag. Like a fucking just technique.
Kakashi, deep bag.
Deep bag.
Crazy deep bag.
Sasuke's bag is deep as fuck.
Deep bag.
I was not gonna lie, y'all. Naruto
Hokage had a deep bag, bro.
It was. He had all 5 nature releases. He's a hoe. He's a hoe. But
had Reaper Death Seal. Shadow Clone Jutsu was crazy. Was doing
and the unbreakable fucking staff is crazy. The unbreakable staff is crazy. Am I gonna lie?
All right. Like now, now we're gonna have to. Now I'm gonna. Now I gotta put my
name in. He was a good ninja. What are you talking
about?
Listen, evil ninja, good
ninja. No. We're gonna address.
He even recognized. Reanimation Jutsu. When has he ever seen that in his life? He recognized it and then stopped it.
What does it take? What? Does it take a mastery in chakra to understand what one casket that says first and another casket that says second and then the other casket that was popping up you seen fourth coming up?
But you had to recognize the jutsu. He did the hand signs and it stopped. He said, "Oh shit, hold up."
He said, "Cancel, slide cancel."
He stopped it just in time because if he got the first time, that was raps.
And I heard you try to slip in. Oh, he's got
Shuriken
the shadow
jutsu.
Nah,
come on, bro.
Let me ask you this question. Name 5 people that Shuriken killed. Name 5 of them.
Who he killed?
It's okay. I just killed 0 people.
Listen.
However,
I'm waiting.
However,
I'm gonna who Shurikens kill? Tree logs.
Neji.
Mad tree stump. No, a splinter killed Neji.
Yeah, Neji caught a log. Unfortunately, that was unfortunately. I don't even know what happened. That was really.
But Shuriken, because I know what that really was. I know what that was. That was really you trying to big up your girl.
Oh, some Tenten? Tenten is butt. Tenten is cool packs. I know
your game. I see it.
I'm just saying, if it's a good enough jutsu for a Kage to use,
if that's what you
co-signing,
some
shit.
If that's
Tenten
what
was
the
the
Bad
shit.
Kage.
On
That's
God, if
literally
she
what
didn't fight
all the
Tamari,
third
on
did was
God, if she
lead
didn't
the
fight
youth
Tamari, she
down the
was
wrong
smoking the
path.
majority of
Okay, let me
it.
let's
God.
go. Fuck Tenten because Tenten
She
isn't
literally
shit.
wouldn't have
Tenten
beat
never
anyone
was
else.
shit. But however, I'm gonna put this.
She would have literally lost to every single
She
person.
would have been
there.
Sakura. She would have
Who
been. She
No,
would have
she
been
wouldn't.
easy. She would have been Hinata because she wasn't doing nothing except crying.
I don't think she
Like
beat
she was
Hinata.
smoking
Nah,
Kiba.
Hinata
What
was
is
cooking
Kiba
her.
doing about a bunch of fucking ninja tools? Stop Kiba's dog water.
Jumping away from them.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I don't think she's beating any of that class. I don't think she's beating
doesn't-
anyone.
Did
She
you
doesn't
see?
any-
Did you see what she did in the tournament though? She had
Yes,
weapons
absolutely
everywhere.
nothing.
It's just she had a wind wall and blocked the
She
shit,
did
but she had weapons on the whole environment.
That's
What?
ass, man. That sucks.
Come on, bro. Nah, she was. That's crazy. She was
Yo.
actually like,
Yo,
oh man.
let me throw a knife on the ground to win a fight, bro.
Kiba's getting bodied, bro. Nah, niggas would have been dead if she didn't run into Tamari. Nah, I'm jacking it. I'm jacking it.
Yo, imagine
I'm
you run
jacking
into a
it for
room
real.
and a nigga got mad swords in the floor. What you about to do? I don't know.
You
I
walk
don't
into
know.
a room and just a bunch of spiked metal balls fly at you. Like, bro, it's over. It's wraps. It's
I'ma
really
walk out.
dangerous.
I'ma
You're
walk
gonna
out.
walk out the room.
They're never hitting the target.
Zabu's the guy hit with mad kunai, bro. Stop.
At the end,
Bob
after he
was
got
a-
pieced up, by fucking top ninja Kakashi. Yeah,
Top
he got,
ninja.
yeah.
Yo.
They said the fucking top ninja. What do you think about it?
Right.
I don't know.
I'm
They
saying,
said really the
bro.
top ninja do that mission. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you really think about it, in the Leaf, because Tsunade wasn't there, Jirai is not there. So,
Kakashi, I mean,
the
or
Gonzo, it's Kakashi.
It's just the
really
people-
them two.
The people we see fight in Naruto are so high level at that point that getting hit with a kunai seems crazy. But for regulars, for like fathers, even for the young like Genin type people,
They block it. With their
Ninja
own
Tools
foot.
is getting around, bro.
What's a
So,
Ninja
okay.
Tool doing?
You
when
can
I
tell me,
shoot a
you're gonna tell me
fireball at you?
puppets. You're gonna tell me puppets with Ninja Tools are more effective than Ninja Tools, bro. Puppets are
yes.
Ninja Tools.
Yes, puppets are better than ninja tools. Puppets are better than
More
ninja tools.
effective. What?
If I could be a master of puppets with ninja tools
Easily.
versus having a ninja tool mastery, I'm.
But
I'm-
Sasori is a
First
burger.
off,
If y'all want to go down that
every
route,
single puppet master is doing it the wrong way. They're building individual puppets. They're trying to find strong individual ninjas. No, I'm building a fortress. I'm building
No.
a trap house. As soon as you come in, it's booby traps everywhere. And guess what? The whole building's my puppet.
The whole building is a puppet, and then there's
Like,
20,000
That
puppets
cave that
inside.
he walked into, it's
it's one
a
large
wrap.
puppet.
Fuck y'all, because if I had puppets, nobody is fucking with me. If I had puppets, you're not even seeing me. You're not even seeing my face. Nobody's ever
Bro,
seeing my
No
face.
one's ever seen
What's
my
crazy?
real face.
What's crazy about puppet
It's
users is
always
they
been
could
a puppet.
use
Always.
string to control other people. Why
That's
are they
true.
not constantly doing this?
It's
You
stupid,
did
man.
it to Sakura
Probably
with, I get it. You wanted her consent, but you could just start controlling niggas out of nowhere. Like you could
Hey, don't make me
snap
not fuck with you.
assassinations.
Don't make me not fuck with you on a mission. They send me on a mission with a nigga I don't fuck with.
Oh
a
yeah,
body
nah,
shield.
you doing the
a
whole
body-
thing by yourself.
You
You're
a-
you're carrying.
You
It's
a body
solo.
shield. I'm
You're-
throwing you in the way every time
Put
someone
your
looks at
sword
you.
away and
Uh-huh.
we move right.
Dead or
here.
alive, I'm using you. You're valuable somewhere.
I'm making it
telling
up.
you to work.
Hey, yeah.
And when we get back, it was unfortunate, man. I'm the only one that survived.
That's
I mean,
crazy. I
hey.
don't know what happened. He just ran in there and just
Where's
started
their bodies?
blazing.
I mean, I'm
It
a
was
real
crazy.
child. 1010 was not even she wasn't a tuning level. That's just a fact. I mean, obviously she lost in the tuning exam, but she wasn't a tuning level. Most of the ninjas there probably were though. Like I mean, it got fucked up, but most of those niggas probably would have been a tuning level.
1010 is the only one that retired again.
She's at, I think she was a tuning. I'm gonna give it. I think she was a tuning. I think she was.
She had the vest. No. She had the vest.
Oh no, they was giving that shit out. They was giving the best out. They was
Yeah.
giving-
After Pain pulled up on the Phillips, they was just
At a
like
yard sale, bro.
They was giving that shit out. They was giving that shit out.
How much is this?
That was a hand me down.
But tell everybody I'm a Johnny. Like
It's from all of those
that's
Ambu who retired after getting smoked.
Just gave that her shit had mad bullet holes and shit in it. Like it was just for worn out. Yeah, she was a
Facts.
tuning.
Yeah,
She was a tuning. That's it.
she was
That's
definitely,
relevant in some
definitely
point.
garbage.
would have worked.
But yeah, overall, I think Naruto's power scaling towards the end was probably the most egregious.
Even in introducing the
Anyway.
Jonin, because they never really established like they were supposed to be stronger than Kage, more or less. No,
Now, I mean, here's what it is, right? Here's what happened, right? We got introduced to
Not
the
really.
strongest Jonin Kakashi. We met the rest of them, right? But then immediately he got fodderized by Orochimaru. Orochimaru had him thinking that if he made a move, he was gonna get his head cut off. Remember that shit? Orochimaru gave Sasuke the curse mark, whatever. He was in the room, and Kakashi was gonna stop him. And Kakashi, he was like, if I move right now, I'm gonna die. This nigga's gonna take my head. Kakashi. Right. And at that point, that was like Chunin exam era, all that shit. So to say that the strongest niggas were I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't believe
that was the only. That was the only time.
Kakashi, like
no. This was adult Kakashi. This was.
No, but I'm saying like that. With his background, there's no reason he should be feeling that type of.
Yeah, I think
I
don't know. More so concerned about Sasuke there.
I don't think so.
I believe that was a translation, but I just believe that the overall writers just put.
I think at that point the leagues between the Sanin, like the great three. Okay, the great three.
It ain't that big. What's that bigger difference? I don't know. Orochimaru and Kakashi.
Early Kakashi, I think, was massive. I think Kakashi had a massive power,
Kakashi Sharingan eye is the difference.
The massive power gap. I think there's a massive between Shippuden and regular Naruto. He got infinitely stronger. And then War Art Kakashi is nuts.
Let's not even say War Art.
And apparently snakes are really hard to deal with.
That's why Orochimaru.
I mean, watch the anime, bro. It's not me saying it. Snakes are difficult to fucking deal with. Apparently, like they get around and no one can kill them. They're just around, struggling.
The whole only person who dealt with a snake collectively afraid of snakes.
Valid reason. They fight a lot in the forests and shit. They be hopping around trees. Who knows? One of them get caught out there. Boom, right on the ankle.
Get tagged
up.
Tagged and poisoned to death.
I think it's dead. Poison damage.
Oh, damage over time, bro.
The long fight, hiding in the trees, starving.
But yeah, there shouldn't have been that big of a gap between Orochimaru and Kakashi. Even I feel like even back then, the only difference was just Orochimaru's like knowledge on ninjutsu, so he probably would put his hands together and whip up some bullshit like right in front of you.
I'm gonna put it like this. Itachi, that nigga Itachi wasn't scared of he wasn't scared of pulling up to Leaf Village at all. He wasn't scared of pulling up to the Leaf Village at all. With Kisame. He wasn't scared at all. He didn't care who the fuck was there. When Jiraiya alone was there, when just Jiraiya was there, he said, "It's not worth it."
But that was different though. Because
I know we got the Leaf Village affiliation. We got the affiliation. I know, but I don't think he thought the fight was worth it because it's not a fight that's not a fight that's gonna be an easy fight to win at all in any circumstance. Kisame's probably dying for sure. Kisame's dying if they fight.
So here's the thing. Here's my thoughts on that. Right, I think Itachi in that moment really didn't defect away from the Leaf Village, right? His ultimate goal was to like work from within of the Akatsuki and kind of subvert them and like protect the Leaf as long as he could. Right? That was his goal, to kind of destroy them, realize he was a little bit in over his head and was just like, there's not much I can do here.
It was too much of a hassle. Like,
yeah,
if they fought, niggas are gonna die. Niggas are gonna die if they fight. He wasn't worried about pulling up with 4 Jonin there though. He was not scared.
To be fair, when Jonin pull up is different, but when Jiraiya pulls up,
it's just like I can't.
The hood have his back.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's like either way, it's gonna drag out so long.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that a fight worth having? If I'm not even going to engage with the nigga because I know that this isn't going to be a favorable situation. If I know that and I'm not scared about 4 niggas being there, 4 niggas who are supposed to be top ninjas in the village, I'm not scared about them.
To be fair, they didn't know a lot about Guy. They did not know a lot about
They
didn't know.
They did
not at all. If they knew, they might have turned back that day.
But is Itachi worried about Guy in the long in a fight at all? I don't think so. I don't. If he looks at this nigga, it's over. If he looks at if he looks at this nigga, if he starts dealing with this, I'm not lying. Guy all time
only because Guy is kind of experienced with fighting people with Sharingan, so he wouldn't.
Guy is experienced with fighting people with Sharingan, and at the end of the day, at whatever point you've seen Mike Guy, he's had that 8 gate tucked in that back pocket.
I don't know. Ready. I definitely know. I don't think he's.
Listen, bro.
He still got no problem landing off.
If he pull that shit out in the middle of the village, you know what? Prayers
He
up.
ain't
Yo,
Pull that shit out in the
in
middle
a
of the
busy
village.
street.
I'll do it
Prayers
right
up.
now.
Prayers
I'll
up.
do it right now.
I know
You
you would,
got it,
nigga.
bro.
I know you would. I don't know if this nigga pulling up like
I do it right here.
this nigga Itachi.
Bro,
Let's
okay.
go over the
man.
moveset real quick. He got the Susanoo, ultimate Susanoo, with the Tosca blade, sealing on it. If he touch you with that shit, it's over. Touch you with the Tosca blade,
I
it's
don't see
over.
anybody
That's
touching
You
guys.
know
that's
what's
one.
crazy?
That's one.
You
That's
know
one
what's
right there.
crazy? You know what Madara Uchiha also had?
Yeah, he had it. He had it.
A
He had it.
Susanoo, an
He had it.
ultimate Susanoo. He
Yes,
also
he had
had the what are those little black orbs that
He had
touch
the
you,
truth-seeking
like
orbs. The
Sokka
truth-seeking
beams.
orbs.
Truth
Yes.
seeking orbs.
right? That if they touch you, you unexist as
Yes.
well,
Yes.
right? Same thing like that blade.
Yes.
I'm just saying. But he also had the Rinnegan, which allowed him to do pretty much whatever he wanted.
Mhm.
Whatever wasn't covered in that hat was covered in the fact that he was magically implanted with the first Hokage's DNA,
Mhm.
and got all the rest of his hacks covered off of that. And you know who had that man folded up like a lawn chair?
Guy definitely did that. Guy definitely did that. He definitely did that. But I'm telling you right now, Guy is not pulling that shit out. One in the middle of the village, and in the middle of that confrontation,
I'm
where
telling
they
you,
straight up
he up
confronted
it
him.
I mean,
anyway.
I don't think it's happening. I don't
He
think it's
will
To be
happening.
fair,
up it
or
I don't
anyway.
think it's happening.
to be fair, worst case scenario, you're a man down. Kisame's not taking that nigga. That's
No,
not
Kisame's still. Kisame's
cooked.
not a factor
So
in that
now
fight.
you have to deal with Guy and Kakashi, niggas who've been fighting together for generations. And then you got to deal, maybe Asuma shows up and like those are inconvenient.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't love that.
But
Free
it's just
Shippuden
I'm just saying,
Kakashi. Free Shippuden
because
Kakashi.
Itachi
versus
has to really
Itachi
protect
Kisame.
Kisame. Itachi has to turn around and get his man's. Like Kisame's gonna be like, "Yo, am I getting jumped?"
I'm letting him. First of all, I'm letting him cook. I'm letting him do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm gonna let him do whatever he wants.
That's between him and God.
That's between him and Guy. I'm gonna let him probably handle Kakashi. I'm gonna just try to get Guy up out of here if I'm Itachi. I'm gonna just try to get him up out of there real quick.
You have to
real
focus.
quick.
You have to.
Just real quick, hit him
You
with some
have
kind
to
of
stop that
some
man at 6
genjutsu.
gates, because once it gets past 6 gates, it's too far out of your hands.
Hit him with a genjutsu. That's what I'm pulling up. Hit him with a genjutsu. Hit him with something crazy.
Gotta
Oh.
hope he's not looking at just
God
like a
forbid he
mirror
pulls out them
sparring.
nunchucks.
Hey man,
Lord help you.
I'm not worried about those nunchucks.
I'm not really
super-
worried about that.
I'm super worried about those nunchucks. They just break rock. Like, what do you like? You just
I don't know.
blasting
I don't
through
know.
walls? No, all right. I'm super worried.
I ain't worried about that.
Itachi is a nigga that I can't put out of a fight at all. I think he's one of them niggas that I could put into most fights in the verse. Outside of the top like 5, obviously, but like in terms of the rest of the verse, especially a healthy Itachi. We're talking about a younger, healthy Itachi.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because honestly, Amaterasu is a big problem.
It's a
I'm
massive
not
problem.
Like
His
whatever
whole
they
bag
find
is a
in
problem.
fight,
The
and
whole
Itachi has
how bad-
Crows planted who could probably
Most-
use Amaterasu through.
people. Mike Guy isn't one of them.
I think I listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we're talking in character in the village, they pull up, they confront them. They have no idea who they are. They don't know who they are. No one recognizes them. I think he gets everyone in the Genji. If he comes in there like with the intent to kill everybody, with the intent to like do whatever they're gonna do in the Elite Village, I do think they take everyone.
Oh, if they coming in with an intent to kill? Like,
Yes, I think
they
if they come, they pull up to the Elite Village. They're not scared either way, but they pull up broad day, whatever it is, because it's the same kind of scenario. Intent to kill. I can't see how they lose that matchup, even surrounded. I think the only way they would lose that if someone like Jiraiya was there, or someone Orochimaru being there is Orochimaru's a problem. Niggas hate Orochimaru, and I do too. He's disgusting, but he's filthy. That nigga is honest to God filthy.
Orochimaru is terrified of Itachi.
I don't know. He's not dealing with Itachi.
Honestly terrified. So
that's
Orochimaru wouldn't even
that's
come
different.
outside.
That's different. He's
Like
not. He's not.
Orochimaru's underground. He's like,
No,
Itachi's
he's
upstairs. No, I'm asleep.
I think he's traumatized.
Upstairs?
Like
right now?
That's a
Right,
different.
that's very second.
right now?
that's-
Like, can I leave?
That's a wrong situation for him. But I think the
Like
rest
to
of
get-
the rest of the people though, I don't know.
Itachi's track record is low key crazy because
It's
he's got
insane.
Orochimaru with PTSD.
Yes.
Yeah, Deidara with PTSD.
Crazy. Even Kisame was just like, I don't know if I'm trying to fight you right now.
I
Right.
wouldn't do it.
You looked at
probably
him
wouldn't.
just like, right.
He touches like, you're not trying to scrap. He's like, I see that crow, bro. You plotting. You're
That
plotting.
crow been following us for 14 miles.
He's a bad nigga to fight.
Think I
He's
can tell?
horrible.
No,
He's
I
a
don't.
horrible nigga to
In a
fight.
forest? Oh my god.
Horrible nigga.
Lord help you.
Horrible nigga to fight. Assassin since 5? I don't know.
Come on, bro.
I don't know.
He's creative. Like
I don't know.
he's killing you in the most creative way possible. He's been
I
doing
don't
this for
know.
decades. It's
Yeah.
horrible. Like, not fucking with it.
Smoke with the top tier.
I think he's top 10. He's top 10. We don't have to get into a Naruto scaling list, but he's definitely. I think he's top 10.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get into a Naruto
We
scaling
won't get
list.
into it.
Because then somebody's gonna request a Boruto scaling list, and then I'm gonna
Boruto
stop.
is a mockery of shonen, and it is exactly why.
You asked me
Boruto
for a
is
Boruto
gonna
scaling was asking me to block you.
Yeah,
That's all I heard.
I'm gonna tell y'all right. I'm
I
gonna
didn't
say
do
right now.
translation directly.
Boruto's the reason why shonen is going to fall apart. Series like that. Shonen. No, listen. I'm here to say it. I was talking with my boy the other day, and I was telling him Shonen Jump as a platform.
But Kagurabashi.
There's no
Let's
series
hope.
after JJK ends. It's
Damn.
over.
Damn,
It's
the bus is
over.
leaving.
Listen, Chainsaw Man is too niche to say that it's gonna be like the face of like anime or the face of like shonen or manga in general. It's not accessible enough to enough people. It's weird. It's weird and disgusting. And now people are gonna fuck with it. It has enough people fuck with it to get an anime, all that shit. But it's still niche. It's not gonna be JJK. It's not gonna be that. It just isn't. Straight up. It's gonna flat out say that. So where do you go from there? Where do you go? What series? My Hero is falling off a cliff as we speak. They are obligated to finish it. They're gonna finish the anime, but it is falling off a fucking cliff. They don't know what they're doing over there.
I've
I've
been
what
dropped
I've
it.
read.
We dropped that shit. I don't know. I can't even remember when I dropped it. It's been at least 2-3 years. Keep it a beam with you. It's been so long. Black Clover, they moved that shit to the fucking Giga cycle. That shit is coming out fucking one time a month. And I didn't even like that series. We shit on that shit all the time. But like to say that that's a staple series of that's one of their faces. That's one of the faces of shonen right now. And it got relegated to the
Them
monthly
going to
cycle.
once a month is literally saving him from getting canceled because
Ooh.
smart
But, like,
move.
But it's a bad look though. It's a bad look to say that
Yeah,
your
you
series.
can't just take it off altogether.
You can't just take it off altogether, but it's not. I don't know. It doesn't look good in my opinion. I know it's better probably for the editors and for the people that are working on it, the staff and all that shit, but
Black Clover in general just doesn't look good.
it doesn't look good in general. But that's to
Isn't
say
Black Clover dropping more shit though?
monthly. They moved. They definitely at least 2 months ago they moved Black Clover to the Giga
Yeah,
Giga.
it's
I
a
don't know if
month.
Oh damn! I thought they were talking about a movie soon.
they might still be. I mean, they might.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna slow down with the animation, but they might be dropping a movie.
It was supposed to have a movie already announced, I believe. But yeah, who knows?
Numbers.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Getting that
Maybe it was
Demon Slayer
already
treatment.
made.
Yeah, so definitely getting a Demon Slayer treatment.
Demon Slayer is gonna be over soon. Yeah, I can't. Maybe one more season, right? It's not.
I think it's gonna be one more season.
One more season of Demon Slayer is done. I can't see much more.
Yeah, it's that close.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it, but I was talking to someone.
Aren't there still like 2 whole Hashira we haven't even seen like move yet?
I know. I think they did the training arc, and I think they're headed to fight the last like 3 upper moons. I think they're headed over there and gonna go finish it.
It ends after what's his name dies. So
yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they're finishing it so that people can stop talking about that shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
I want niggas to stop talking about that shit.
But the animation was so good though, man.
I don't
The
give a
animation
fuck.
was good.
don't care.
It's just
I
bad.
don't care. It's not entertaining to me anymore. Like I feel like sometimes I
Yeah.
can put up with some shit just because it's like whatever. But when I was reading the manga, I feel like I was just glazing over shit. I was just like reading it, and, trying to get through shit. And I got to the end, and I was like, all right, cool. But like the anime is like you gotta watch that.
Yo,
shit. It's
hot take.
Let's hear it.
That's kind of how I felt about Chainsaw Man.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like I was skimming over a lot of stuff to get to the more interesting things.
In the manga or in the anime?
In the manga mostly.
I don't blame you.
Solely because I don't fuck with the main character. I don't fuck with Denji at all, dude.
I think they
it's
just
not
be
my type
yapping.
of pro tag.
They be talking a little bit too much for me sometimes about shit I don't care about.
Yeah, and sometimes it's interesting tidbits that push along the story, but overall, like
you don't fuck with Denji. You're not a lover of Denji.
Heavy.
I don't hate the nigga.
I get it's like some type of philosophical standpoint of like passing on control to somebody else because life is too hard. He's like 12, bro. Like
he's too weird to me.
Let's calm down. Like
he's just too weird to me. I don't know. I can't fully invest myself. Not that I hate
shit's
the nigga.
looking better for you. Like become an individual. Like let's. I'm not trying to see my pro tag like, oh yeah, let me become your dog. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we talking about right now?
It's just it's a little too weird. So I'm saying Chainsaw Man's a little too weird. Like it's a little
weird.
Too
I get respect.
Trying to see what else they pushing on the Shonen Jump app. So
definitely Kagurabachi.
Spy Family.
Again? It's not over?
Kagurabachi.
Of course.
Yeah, it's up there.
Sakamoto Days.
I should probably watch that.
But it's the thing with Sakamoto Days is good, also good, but it's not like a world changing series. It's not that it's like a spy family, but it's in the similar vein of it, where it's like double life kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Up here, Mashle Muscle. There's really
Mashle.
They're not pushing too much. It's a lot of old stuff up here now.
And that's all Banga.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm only messing with 2 anime from this season.
What's that?
If I'm being honest, Ishida, really good action and animation. Story seems pretty cool for the most part, and Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling is gonna be it, man. I'm telling you.
I also had an anime drop.
Yeah, I heard it here first, even though I know there's tons of people out there that are fans of Solo Leveling. But everyone that hasn't heard, you've heard it here first. Solo Leveling, that's the one.
Basically, the one. Essentially set up as like a story about the world's weakest dungeon crawler. Every morning he wakes up and breaks his legs. Every night he falls asleep and breaks his arms. Shit like that.
My boy got a sad life, man. His mom's in the hospital.
Boy is fragile. Only way to make money is to dungeon crawl. So he's fucking gathering different people's parties together with him because all the dungeons he gets sent to are super easy. So this first episode, they get a little too cocky.
Okay.
But like that. I think it's bad fast.
Yes. And it hasn't really gotten too crazy yet.
Too crazy.
Yeah, because they have just started. It's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna tell everybody to watch it. I don't want to spoil it. I just want.
I'm here weekly.
I'm blind. Yeah, I'm trying to get into it. I'm about to watch this shit after we finish.
Yeah,
I think we gotta watch that. I think we gotta do that. But yeah, Solo Leveling.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I don't really know too much about what it's about just yet. It didn't reveal too much in the first episode. But basically, you're lone last monster hunter dude is going around taking out these like giant kaiju with like a rusty sword. It looked really cool. I don't know how interesting it's going to be just yet, but they really put in the work for the action animation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm jaded. I think I told y'all I'm very pessimistic about the future. About the future of these series. There's too much anime, man. There's too much anime, man. There's too much. A lot of it is ass.
A lot of it is indeed ass. But let's talk about something. Peak. One Peak.
Yes.
One Piece. 1103.
That's right. Sir. With the right from across the map.
Finally, the flashback's over. We see this nigga Kuma just lived a truly sad life.
Horrible life.
His whole family lived a sad life.
Would not recommend.
It's being.
Not recommend.
0 out of 10 would recommend. Bonnie is literally the result because of an experiment. That was it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is crazy because she was his 8th wife, right?
Yeah.
Which makes Bonnie his kid, technically.
I don't know if they were specifically saying that Saturn was the father or if he was just the one experimenting on the wives of the Celestials. Like, they weren't quite clear, but could have been his wives. Could have been just said, "Hey, nigga, pull your wife out the back. We gonna do shit to her," and started doing shit. Maybe 8 was the unlucky number. I don't fucking know.
Okay. But yeah, so Bonnie and her having her devil fruit was all the result of the experiment that he was trying to conduct. And then something very interesting happened. Kizaru. It looked like Kizaru gave Luffy some meat. Pause.
So yeah,
please don't clip that.
Luffy was kind of down for the count. We might have to clip that. We might have to clip that.
He slipped that nigga some what?
What did he say? But Luffy was down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fucking, he needs food to recover. So he was just in the corner, just, meat. I need food. Someone give me some food. And Kizaru was down. And then it cuts off panel. And the next panel, he's standing up. And then Luffy has food. So it looks as if he might have light speeded some food over to Luffy, DoorDash shit. And you might want to see Jay Garcia go down.
I feel like we might have a interesting situation on our hands.
Bro, if we get Kizaru on the Straw Hats,
I think he still might end up.
Don't say stuff like that.
I think he ends up still fighting Luffy. I'm scared.
He got hit so hard he changed sides. Can we
So,
just talk about that for a second?
To be fair,
He got hit
sometimes he's just
so
like, hold
hard.
up. You got space on the team, bro? Because
he started to feel different. He felt different.
that shit hurt.
Please,
I want that.
I want to be down.
So
open for the
What
trap,
are we
bro.
throwing up? I'll throw it up too. Straw hat.
So we've switched from, because now Dragon's not coming. I'm wrong.
Dragon is not.
I think Dragon is still coming.
I think he pulls up afterwards. I don't think he pulls up for the full fight. I think he pulls up to maybe save the day to get rid of the ships and all that shit. But I'm not sure.
You got to remember, he's still shown to be at the
Wherever he is.
Kingdom.
Yeah, he's not close.
Kingdom, and that's in the Grand Line, not in the New World. So at the very least,
he's not.
He would have to go through the New World and then come across.
Essentially. So
unless he has hitters nearby,
it's probably not. I'm just saying.
We don't know how it's gonna end up playing out because we don't know if like the when we saw the Dragon panel, if that was in the past when Kuma had just left, if that's what that was, if that was just them covering like the reaction to them, going back to him leaving, and then he could already be on the way. We don't know 1-to-1 how that was happening.
Unless the theory about him having like a storm type devil fruit is real.
I think he does have that devil fruit, and I think it does come into fruition. I think he does pull up and save the day ultimately.
Storm.
He could move the waves, do whatever he's doing.
You're saying it, you're seeing it.
He's moving.
If he shows up dolo, it's going crazy.
I think we might see the Nika. We're having a Nika showdown. I think that's what we've moved into. Because I think this is what I'm going with. This is what I'm cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie's devil fruit, right? She's tapping into the alternate timeline, the alternate shit, right? But
hold on.
I think it only really works because she believes in Nika. Like, she believes in that shit, right? I think seeing Luffy actually, once she realizes that, oh shit, that's him for real. I think she's gonna be able to tap into more of her power. I don't know if it's gonna be like a direct 1-to-1 awakening. But
Are you saying two Nikas.
Not two Nikas. That's not what I'm saying. But I think she's going to have more control. Just okay. I'll put it like this: she's using her imagination to manipulate her body to, I guess, like mimic Nika. Like from what she knows about the story, from what she knows about like his character, she's just manipulating her body through the future. Like she's alternating her timeline to access that. Right. I think seeing it play out in front of her, I think it's going to inspire her even more. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm not saying Nika, but I definitely do think she's going to have more access to timelines and things of that nature. Because right now, I think her imagination is a little limited because she's a kid and she's only seen bad shit. She's only really seen horrible shit. Like even.
So you think her powers are like faith based?
I think it's a little faith-based. She has to believe. Like, she has to believe that this shit is possible. Like, oh, this is a future where I'm like this. No, this is a future where I'm like that. Because right now, she's just tapping into what she knows. And she doesn't know much, really. Even as a pirate, like, she's been kind of catered to. Now that we know her whole crew were just niggas from her hometown, just, like, brought her along. And she was just, like, their captain, you know, like... There's not much that she really knows about the world. She got notorious because of the shit that, you know, they know about her in general. But
I mean, she's still technically, 12, right?
12. She's 12. She's very naive. She isn't, you know, if we go to how she's been acting, it kind of does make sense.
I think that statement he said was a little bit premature because I think he thought about it like, oh, okay, like, you know, you're at this point in your age now, right? Like, so you know this much of the world. So you know the truth now. Like, you know, this is where it stops. But I think where he's wrong is that she's young, like you said, young and naive, and being with Luffy.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that does open up the timeline a little bit differently for her and lets her still be strong.
I think she just has more options now that she sees just that it's possible to do things. Now, I don't think it's just Nika based, but I just think she's not going to be so limited to just like changing her age up and down. I think she's going to have just a wider scope of, I guess, like abilities in general. I just think the devil fruits that we're seeing now, like the end game, and also the explanation we got from Vegapunk on Egghead about how devil fruits work and how willpower affects them and how they came into fruition and all that shit. I think most devil fruits are capable of really outlandish shit. It just depends on what the person who's using it really believes in. Like if they believe that, hey, my fire is hot enough to do this, then my fire will be hot enough to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I believe that my shit is this, then I believe that. I do think there's like caveats. Like I don't think Ace would ever be able to tank a lava punch. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that attack potency, and I do think that like overall growth as you continue to develop as a fighter would be directly correspondent to how you use your devil fruit. Like I think Luffy's got this strong because he's believed that he could do these things with his devil fruit. Not just because he has the Nika fruit. It's taken a lot to get to this point. Like he had to believe that I could pull this out of my bag to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Gear second, gear third, those were experiments, and he had to refine them and figure out how they work. You know what I mean? So I think most people are capable of like having. I'm telling you, I do think we're gonna see that most people, their devil fruits aren't just like devil fruits. Like it's like you could have a busted devil fruit if you weren't.
So then, what would it be like for Robin? Like I believe I can.
I mean, I think just seeing how she's developed, like at first it was pretty much just hands and I think just feet, but then overall she started to realize she could clone her body and then she could manipulate, like I guess, what do you call it, the size of her body and alter her appearance and shit like that. I think that it's pretty much just, it's based on what the person's internal reflection of how they use their fruit is. Like if a dark person gets a devil fruit and they use it in a dark way, I think it's going to develop like a darker kind of like undertone. Yeah, like Doflamingo's devil fruit, I don't think is inherently dark, but because of like who he is and how he manipulated it, it's yeah, his shit is wild. This shit is crazy. His bag is crazy. So I think most people could have that capability too. They're just not very imaginative. They don't believe a lot in their ability to like.
Yeah, because that would explain why that would explain why Katakuri is the way he is. You know what I mean? Like,
why would his fruit be powerful in any way if he wasn't capable of being like, You know what I'm saying? I think I could do this shit if I, you know what I'm saying? His bag is deep as fuck.
Well, he's had his fruit since he was a kid. Yeah. He's had a long time to play around with it, figure it out.
True. But you still have to believe in yourself to get as strong as he did. Like you have to believe enough in like what you can do or what your fruit can do to develop your fruit enough. It's like if you don't work enough on like your game in general, on anything, like you're never going to develop past a certain point. You have to believe enough in your ability or in your, what you have, the package that you have to develop it all the way. Like some niggas don't have a shot. Their post game is crazy. You develop your post game to the highest degree. You know what I'm saying? You unstoppable in that position. Same shit. If you take a devil fruit that might be limited in some scopes, but you hone it to the finest degree, it's like, well, this nigga he's kind of unstoppable in certain circumstances. Like there's not many people that are beating Katakuri in a lot of different circumstances because of how powerful this observation hockey is mixed with his devil fruit potency. Like that's pretty much what it is.
And then but there's just so many people like their description of their fruit doesn't match what they're actually like doing with their fruit half the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
They've just gone so much further with the fruit than was perceived possible initially. So you can even talk about the Gomu Gomu no Mi if you want to be technical. Like when you get that fruit, it's unassuming. Your body becomes rubber and stuff like that. And then to come to find out, if you're the right person, you're just a god. You're Looney Tunes. You just do what you want to do. So, like the drastic change in the person's fruit, it's just same thing we spoke about before. Like the right person for the fruit, the fruit's will of its own. Like if all the pieces come together, like you could just start making shit up as you go. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like it's
pretty much
really,
like.
It comes down to how you interpret, I think, your fruit as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Kaido is he probably underused his devil fruit the most out of anyone.
I agree.
He probably underused his devil fruit the most. Like, he pretty much just
at the bare minimum.
At the bare bones. Like, he said, okay, combat mode and big dragon mode, and that's it. Like, I don't.
But also, like immortality, like
I just feel like he could have really. If he awakened his devil fruit, I don't think Luffy would have been able to walk away from that fight. I don't think that would have been a winnable fight. If he had an awakened fruit, if that was the peak of Kaido right there, everything we saw, everything laid on the table, no awakening, he didn't have one. If Kaido had an awakening, I don't know if Luffy was walking away from that fight as heavily damaged as he was. I don't know.
I don't think he was.
Because I know it would actually be just two gods fighting.
And that's what it looked like for a while. It looked like that for a while.
Because Kaido was almost there, like himself, but he didn't awaken the fruit fully.
It was
close. Difference, yeah.
It was close.
Just not the right person for the fruit.
Not the right person for the fruit. Did not maximize the potential of the fruit. He didn't believe in himself enough. I think he stunted his own growth. He didn't believe enough in himself.
Yeah, he didn't think he was Joy Boy. Whenever that
transition, that was the cap for his fruit. He could just get, I guess, physically stronger or just like battle experience, whatever it is. But his hockey got better. But in terms of his devil fruit growth, it definitely was stunted. It was definitely stunted.
I think that's one of the biggest unanswered questions in One Piece is what made him stop? What made him change his mind like that? He's not Joy Boy, and he's going to be the obstacle for Joy Boy.
He might have got either a loss.
It might have been rocks.
Either it was
just meeting somebody, like, because I'm sure at one point he believed.
I think it was post rocks.
I think it was post rocks. He met King. And he met King. He was Joy Boy.
Yeah, he still thought he was Joy Boy.
I don't know who humbled him.
Either he got humbled by the government again,
or he got humbled by Roger on the way
or he did something against his character. Either he decided to make a deal or some shit like that. Maybe there's some shit King doesn't know about him that he made a deal on the side or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And it's his biggest regret. It's probably because he can't take it back. It's probably his biggest regret. He got out of a situation without having to fight. He probably that's in terms of his character, that's the only thing I could think of that would make him crave death the way that he did. Like he was looking for someone to kill him.
It could be that whole Odin situation.
You think at that point he still believed he was Joy Boy when he came to one?
I think he thought he was liberating them from Odin, met Odin, and realized what Odin actually was. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they didn't meet back when he was on Rox's crew.
No.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think
I just think that whole interaction with him, even the end, how Odin went out, how like the whole pot thing happened.
Yeah.
And like how Kaido never really got to kill Odin the way, how he thought Odin would have wanted to die, which is on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Right? Because Kaido was like, well, could he have beat me? Because that always lingered in the back of his head. If she never interfered with that fake Momo, could Kaido have, lost to that Slash? Would that have beaten him?
So I feel like Kaido was.
I think there
I
was
think he
just
was.
a hint of doubt and a lot of regret.
I think he was broken before he came to Wano. Because I think him settling down in general isn't in character for what a Joy Boy would have done.
Yeah,
Like
Joy Boy's
deciding
always moving.
Joy Boy's moving. Joy Boy's trying to, whatever Joy Boy's agenda is, whatever if he's moving to the One Piece or whatever Joy Boy's doing out in the ocean, I don't think he's settling down. Adventure is definitely on the forefront. I don't think he's making a pirate empire trying to be a warlord and selling weapons and drugs and shit, and fucking up an island for the sake of it. Like I don't think that's his MO. I think he was broken before he came there. And I think the Odin situation might have gave him PTSD because it might have had something to do with that. He might have been in a similar situation where it was like, all right, I'm fighting a nigga, I'm trying to figure out who's stronger, and then it gets robbed of me. And then it's like it happens again.
But
again.
Even before that, like just being on a pirate crew where everybody's pretty much stronger than you, like you're like the 5th, 6th strongest on the crew, like just you're playing that essentially little brother role this whole time. Like even before that, he could have believed he was Joy Boy, and then getting on that crew, it's just like, hold up, everybody's hitting like this. I thought I was born strong. I thought I was him. So getting on that crew sort of like shakes up his self-esteem a little bit. He gets the devil fruit, gets to Wano. Odin wasn't there when he first got to Wano because he was with Whitebeard, and then Odin heard about it and came back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Odin came back from Roger. Yeah, he came back from Roger and he found out about Orochi.
Okay, well, Roger, it wasn't Whitebeard. Okay. So, yeah, he takes over Wano essentially. Odin gets back. They do a whole bunch of bullshit to sort of break his spirit. His spirit never breaks. And then they finally fight each other and he's kind of getting whooped and that bullshit happens. So I think it was just a constant, like his entire story, just, it was constantly shaving away at the fact that he may not be Joy Boy. Like he wasn't making the right decisions. He wasn't making the right moves. He wasn't coming up with the One Piece. He couldn't find it. So what am I doing for real? And he just sat in Wano for 20 years.
I definitely think that he gave up, and I think Wano probably was just the icing on the cake, though. I feel like some shit happened to this nigga. Some shit occurred where it vastly changed his perspective on like himself and like his reality as a pirate because he wasn't chasing the One Piece at that point. Like you can't say that he was building up an army to chase the One. That's what he said, but that's not what would have been actually productive towards that. Like that would have been. You would have been outside. You would have been outside doing what you were supposed to do, or at least coming up with a plan or some shit like that to figure out what you were supposed to do. Like the whole Big Mom alliance only happened because Big Mom came to him. Like that wasn't gonna happen because Kaido was gonna reach out and try to figure out a way to grasp more pieces of the One Piece. That's not what he was gonna do. He was just gonna start a big crazy fucking war because he's a psychopath. Like he wasn't gonna make a move to get the One Piece. He was just gonna do some psycho shit. Like that was what he was gonna do. You know what I mean? So
still on character, trying to find a way to die. Like
that's he's fundamentally flawed. I think we're gonna see it at some point. Some shit occurred, and there might be another character doing it, delivering it to him. Maybe he got robbed of a victory, like I said, or maybe he got folded. Maybe he made some kind of fucked up decision that ended up compromising his beliefs or what he thought was right. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, in general, what we saw about him, the little that we saw, he low key was kind of a liberator. Like he liberated King. He pulled up. He was also in chains and shit like that. He kind of had a Luffy Zoro moment where he pulled up, rescued this nigga. He was like, well, you and me. Like, we out. And you know what I'm saying? He was rocking with him ever since. But it went wrong somewhere. Like, at some point, like, his faith in himself, I think that's the big factor we've seen in Luffy versus all the other pirates. His faith in himself never wavered.
I think you actually just said it. You just made me think about it. It's just like he was a liberator at some point, and then he stopped being a liberator and became a captain.
He became
the crucial switch when you're no longer Joy Boy, but you're something else.
You're something else. You're not
whatever that
person.
Other one is, whatever that Blackbeard Rocks lineage is. Well, I can't even say Rocks because we don't even know if Rocks.
We don't know what he's on. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know he was really on, but still, it's the alternate. You're no longer with the side of what Joy Boy was aligning with. You know what I'm saying? And I think he realized that, and that's the difference. That's the difference between Kaido evolving more as not even just definitely as a character, definitely as a character, but as a fighter too. The nigga never got past that stage, and his willpower was never able to recover. His conqueror's hockey is different. I definitely think because he's a conqueror by nature that you can't lose that. But in terms of like his devil fruit, I think the nature of his devil fruit, he wasn't able to grasp that because he's not confident really. At least not really.
Yeah.
I did have a question about the chapter, though. I'm not gonna lie.
How you feel?
Because we already established that the Kizaru, Kuma, Bonnie kind of backstory was kind of pushed in a little bit.
Mhm.
Like, do we all agree on that? Because there is a panel in the chapter where it shows that Sentomaru, that Kizaru is like calling out for Sentomaru and Bonnie, like in his head, like he's concerned about their condition or whatever. So I just want to know how he felt about that, like entirely, like if Kizaru is really going to be on their side, like what this means going forward.
I think he was selling a little bit. I definitely think he ate that punch. Like he definitely got hurt. He was out for a little bit, but I think he was selling a little bit. Nigga laying on his back and he's not moving, even though he's conscious. Like he's just he's observing the situation. He's taking in what's happening because he don't want to have to take responsibility for what he's gonna have to take responsibility for. Probably gonna have to execute Sentomaru.
If he was up, he'd definitely be
that's
told
what's
to
gonna
kill
happen.
Bonnie and Sentomaru immediately.
That's what's gonna have to happen. Gonna have to execute Luffy right there if he's up because Luffy's still not recovering at that point. So however he got the food, but
on the spot,
Luffy's gonna execute it right there. So he's just kind of scoping out the scene. He was selling it a little bit. And I can't blame this nigga. Mad evil shit is happening in front of me. I'm like, fuck. Fuck me. Like shit. Yeah, that's not where I wanted to be, honestly. So I can't say
I think Kizaru was switching sides too. I think he's gonna do it on the low. I think the meat was all he's gonna do. I think that's all he can get away with. And I think after the fact, it's if you get out of there, you're lucky, right? It's the same thing he did in Marineford. It's just like, all right, well, if you survive that, you got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's just really what it is. It's blind luck. If you're lucky enough to survive, okay, I won't push the issue.
Right.
I think we're gonna see more than ever because I think Kuma's done after this arc, obviously.
Yeah, he's
done after this arc.
After this.
But however, I do think something good for him is gonna happen, and I think he's going to see Nika fight Saturn. Because when you think about it at this point, Saturn is Kuma's longtime enemy from fucking jump, like from fucking birth. From day one, longtime enemy. Like just every plotting situation, the whole Bonnie situation, all that shit, every little detail of that shit. Calculated to the nastiest degree by this nigga. He is your utmost, biggest all-time enemy. It's crazy. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to see Nika overcome that enemy for him because he's not able to do it. But the person he's believed in, the person who his father told him before he got blasted in front of him about, like Nika, he's gonna see Nika before he goes out. He's gonna see Nika. He's gonna know that the future is gonna be all right, and he's gonna go out. He's gonna pass. I don't know how he's gonna go, but I think he's gonna go out seeing Nika. I think he's gonna go out. He's gonna see Luffy, and I think I mean at this point in time, I think Luffy might defeat Saturn. I think that's what we're coming to.
Yeah.
I think Luffy's probably gonna be the one because think about it. Right here and now, we got the Demon Lord in front of us. We got the Demon Lord in front of us.
Jay Garcia.
Kizaru kind of selling it, right? Kizaru on the ground selling it.
Putting on a show.
He's putting on a show, nigga. Acting like you can't breathe this shit, right? Now, this Demon King.
Asthma's still flaring up at the worst time.
Everything is
tight at the worst time.
That's my pump.
Everything's going wrong for him. His blood sugar's low. He's
oh my.
It's rough. He needs an orange or some shit. Nigga need a tangerine slice. It's going rough, right? Bonnie's in the grips of a fucking terrorist, the all-time biggest terrorist, right?
Global terrorist.
Global terrorist. Jay Garcia.
Wiping off an island is literally global terrorism. He participated.
He's a terrorist. He is a terrorist.
Craziest caliber, bro. Global
craziest caliber.
One.
He's a monster. Right? Nika has to take this nigga down. If Dragon's not gonna be the one to pull up the same day, it's gotta be an all-time dawn of the sun. It's gotta be a victory at the dawn. It's got to be a victory of the dawn. It's got to pull up, and it's got to be an all-time.
So Luffy puts him down.
Defeated Satan.
And then.
So look, he's gonna defeat Jay Garcia. Dragon's gonna pull up. Kizaru's gonna be like, "Oh, Dragon's here. I can't really fight you."
It's gonna be one of those situations. He might flip. He might flip. No, he might flip right there because he can't go home. He
can't go home. It's over. Like, excuse me, where's the Gorosei member I sent you outside with?
We might be in the timeline. We might be in the time where the admirals walk away. We might see if Kizaru.
That's what I'm saying.
Fujitora is leaving.
He's always joining the Straw Hats, bro. Let's get Borsalino on the fucking boat.
I think my boy's joining. I think he's joining the army.
If we got fucking Aokiji out there on Blackbeard Pirates,
Vegapunk. He goes with the Vegapunk.
I think he goes. I think him and Vegapunk. They on the revolutionary side. Him, Vegapunk, Sentamaru, and maybe in the Bonnie might be endgame. So I don't know, but I think him.
I think Bonnie's on the boat with them.
So Bonnie stays. Yeah. Bonnie stays. So Sentamaru, Vegapunk, and Kizaru. They might dip with the revolution.
Open draft, bro. Like open draft.
We need
revolutionaries. Need the numbers.
We need the picks.
Give them the picks.
They need
revolutionaries. Fucking last round picks every year. This year, we getting the first round picks.
And you know what that means? Fujitora is leaving. Fujitora is not signing. Yeah. He's not. He's leaving. No. He's not signing the extension
immediately. No way. We lost.
I don't know. He might see something in Blackbeard that makes him believe.
You think he's joining the Blackbeard side? You think he'd flip to Aokiji?
I think there's something. I think everyone with the D initial in their name, they're on one of the two sides, right?
Mm.
And Blackbeard is one of those ones that draws people in on his type side, right? That nefarious whole nigga shit side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Aokiji gets blinded by it and says, I think this side's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he picks the wrong side. He finds out at the end, but he picks the wrong side.
I think he knows something. I feel like he knows something about something. And I don't know if it has, I think it has to do with Garp. I think he knows something about Garp's history, and that's why he feels like he has to tap into whatever he sees and teach. Whatever he sees to be the outcome, I think he knows it because of the history of Garp. That's the only reason why I say that is because I honestly didn't expect for him and Garp I didn't expect for that to be the relationship. Like before we got into that little backstory, I wasn't really expecting it to be like a mentor situation with him or any of the admirals. I was actually kind of surprised.
Did he train all three of them?
It seemed like it was just Aokiji. It seemed like Aokiji was the only one who really was like
under Garp,
like insistent on fucking learning from this nigga.
Only thing I could see with Kizaru in the future is that he is like still a sword agent, and that he's just waiting for Blackbeard to get crazy so he could just. That's the best place to be. Aside from
crazy
nigga. I think he knows something, man.
Kidnapping Marines isn't crazy enough.
He's sacrificing his morals. He's sacrificing a lot to be with this nigga. Like he's sacrificing.
He was able to keep him alive. As long as if they killed Kobe, he would have acted.
I think he would have. I think out of the sake of. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be completely 100% real with y'all. The fact that he would even team up with them niggas, those impelled down prisoners.
Yeah.
He knows what type of nigga Blackbeard is. Blackbeard is like he committed the ultimate worst sin as a pirate twice. Killed his crewmate, killed Ace, and then 3 times, and then also participated in the killing of Whitebeard. Right? He's probably the most ultimate whole treacherous nigga of all time. Can't trust this nigga for shit. Right? He still decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna throw in my hat with you because there's something out there. I believe there's some kind of information he knows or he's privy to that maybe Garp wouldn't do because Garp wouldn't become a pirate.
Or
Garp wouldn't become a pirate to do that.
What if he's out on a mission to find the man marked by flames?
I think that's part of it. I think Garp might have left a legacy to him, or not left a legacy, but I think Garp might have keyed him in too much on what he knew. And because Garp wouldn't act on that shit because of his loyalty to Marines and all that shit, Aokiji, once he realized what the world was really like, he really kind of, I think everything that Garp had told him, it dawned upon him like, you're wrong. Like, even though you think you're right by trying to be on the Marine side, everything that I've seen as Marine, based on everything that I've, participated in, everything you've told me, I'm seeing the whole picture and it's fucking broken and I can't participate in this shit no more. I got to go after whatever it is that he told. I think he knows something about something. Whether it's the man marked by flames, but I definitely think some information about some shit that Garp knows that Garp wouldn't act on because he's a Marine. He just wouldn't do it. But Aokiji would because his conviction is that strong. He can't sit there and let that shit go. Essentially, is how I'm looking at it.
Got you.
This nigga, he's on Pirate Island. Them niggas are murderers. They are murderers. They're actively.
That must be a treacherous.
They have
place,
slaves.
Yeah.
They have slaves. Like that's really a crazy place for him to be. For him to say, you know what, I'm gonna throw in my hat with these niggas. I would join these niggas
because if it's freedom, like that's crazy to have slaves and to join somebody. Because yeah,
he's trying to get somewhere. He's definitely trying to. I think he's trying to get somewhere. He's trying to get somewhere. He's trying to accomplish something, and that's it.
I mean, I hope he figures it out because
he might be how Garp found the island.
Nah, I think they all know where that island.
I think they know where it is because that's the B.
They just know like. Don't touch it. Everybody who has that island, just leave them alone.
Yeah, because wasn't there?
It always goes bad.
It's always been a pirate island. It's always been a pirate island from Rox's day. So
leave them alone. That's their island.
Let it be. What's the point? What's the point?
Right. As long as if they come out of here, if they come over to this side, we'll handle it. But
sure, but once they in there, let them stay there. Let them stay there.
As long as they're there, we know where they're at.
Stay right there, motherfuckers. I'm not worried.
It makes it real easy because I know where to find you.
I think admirals are defective, man. That's all I'm saying. Admirals are leaving.
If all three, like everybody,
Green Bull's a hoe. Green Bull's a bullet.
Green Bull's staying.
He's
we know he's staying.
Yeah, he'll stay there.
But I think we're gonna see some departures.
I think Fujitora stays because I really think he wants to be part of the reformment.
I think he leaves. I think he comes back. I think he comes back once the revolutionary has like.
I think he's always gonna be a part of it. I think he's gonna be the hand that steers it from the inside.
What Smoker should have been doing.
Yeah, except he's strong enough to do it.
Smoker might be the third admiral though. Yeah,
Smoker's a whole ass.
Smoker's definitely gonna be an admiral. I think by the time this is over, Fujitora is gonna be fleet commander. Then it's Kobe, Helmeppo, and Smoker, or probably Kobe, Tashigi, and Smoker as like the three admirals. Now that they no longer answer to Celestial Dragons.
That's scary and tragic because who's I'm running through that. Tashigi's there.
I'm banking that end of series Tashigi would be strong enough. Maybe it's not Tashigi. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's like Doll. Maybe
listen, it could be Tashigi. She's gotten enough screen time for them to justify her getting an end the game power up.
More so than Helmeppo, honestly.
Fuck Helmeppo. I mean, it is what it is. He's definitely not been included enough to have me believe that his power jump would have been, needed. But I can live with Tashigi if that's the case. Unfortunately,
I think it's gonna be one of those three.
Unfortunately, I can live with it. Yeah.
All right. I think we can wrap this up on here.
I bet.
Yeah. Hour 7. It's pretty good.
All right.
So this has been Urban Anime Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know where y'all think the next episode of One Piece is going. What's your favorite anime from this season? And why is it solo leveling?
Yeah. Straight
next
like that.
time we'll catch y'all.
Yeah, man.
Later.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.